to my channel. So for today's video, first off, let me put a disclaimer in there real fast. I do not own any of the copyrights to any of the music that is playing in the background. It is just playing in the background to keep me motivated because it is like 2 o'clock in the morning. Don't judge my outfit because my outfit does not match. Period. Poo. So for today's video, okay, so just a little bit of a backstory. So I was a tutor counselor for Bloomfield College's EOF program this summer, and I am staying on campus between the end of that program and the beginning of the school year. But I'm moving into my fall dorm soon, so I need to like pack up my current room, if that makes sense. Like, if you could see, my walls are blank. I took down all the pictures and everything, so I'm pretty much just gonna go through all my desk stuff, and go through my desk and organize all that stuff in like tubs and containers, so I can be prepared to move next week. So yeah, I'm gonna like ramble a little bit throughout the video, just talk about different stuff that's like been going on in the world and just stuff that's been bothering me and stuff. I said stuff a lot. So yeah, so I guess I'll start. So lately I've been like really bothered by like all of the mass shootings and stuff that are going on in the world, and it's getting like out of control. But my friend Tyla was actually on campus the other day, and we were hanging out, and I had told her and a couple of professional staff that like we were hanging out with and talking to that day about like dreams that I've been having, because I've been having a lot of dreams lately about like people that I know killing themselves or like dying in like really bizarre or crazy ways. So we had looked it up to see like what it means or whatever, and supposedly it means like there's a big change coming in like whoever's life is dreaming about it, whether it be like negative or positive, or it be like school, work related, like relationship wise, like all that different stuff. So I've just been optimistic, I guess you could say, about it, because I don't know, it's been kind of bothering me. Like, it's just too much death going on, and I'm like, no, like what is going on in the world today? Like, why are all these freaking psychos going around and just killing these people? Like, all these innocent freaking people. Like, I'm gonna go off of like what Colleen Ballinger said in her video. I believe it was today's video. What's today's date? July 9th, I believe it is. She had said that like, because she was cast in Waitress on Broadway, so she was like at rehearsals one day, and then her and her husband had went and saw, like after rehearsal they had stayed at the theater and watched Waitress, like watched the show. And she had said when they came out of the theater that there was like a whole big stampede of like hundreds of people, she said, running by the theater. And at that time it was like all of Broadway theaters were like, all of their shows were ending, so everyone was starting to come out of the theaters at that time. And she said all she could hear was people just running and screaming by her. So she's like, okay, so her and her husband didn't know what to do. Like, they didn't know if it was like a mass shooting or whatever. So they started running with everyone. And she said that like as they were running, she heard a whole bunch of people like calling their parents saying like there was an active shooter in New York, and like someone had an AK-47, and then she said that there was a little kid that like was in their parents' arm as they were running, and the child was like, I don't want to die, Mom, I don't want to die. And it's just so sad. She said that it wasn't even like a shooter or anything. Later on that night they found out that somebody's what is it called? Somebody's motorcycle had backfired. But she said it's so bad because we live in a day and age where it's so common that even somebody's motorcycle backfiring can just start a big old stampede of people thinking that there's an active shooter, because it's so common in the world. And I'm like, what the frick is going on? Like, people just need to relax. Why? Like, what does a person get out of just going to a Walmart and shooting people? Like, it blows my mind personally. Like, oh my gosh. So that's that little ramble. So yeah. But I'm really excited for the school year. I'm like, I'm trying to stay very organized and prepared for this school year, because last school year I had a lot of mental stuff going on. Second semester, which I can make another video on that if like people are interested or whatever, but I probably won't make another video on it, to be honest. And like my mental health was just so crazy, it was like overriding everything that I did during the school year, or like during second semester. So it caused me to fall downhill pretty drastically, and it sucks. But I've learned from that, and I'm ready to come back bigger and better and stronger. And I'm trying to like take different techniques that people, I've been watching a lot of YouTube videos, and I'm trying to take techniques that like other people have used to like keep them like mentally sane. So I'll get to like my organizational stuff later that I learned from other people. And I had tried it last school year, and it had worked like a little bit. I guess I can say it like a little. That scared me. It had worked some. I keep forgetting that someone else lives in this building with me. And I keep thinking like I'm here by myself. And every time I hear a door open or something, I get freaked out. Like, oh my god, the ghost is coming to get me. Do she love me? Do she love me not? So yeah, I've been really just preparing mentally and physically for the school year. Yeah. I'm trying to think of like other stuff that I guess I could talk about. You said on your side, I'll never leave you. Said I ain't going nowhere. I'm so weak, I can't even rip up a stack of papers. Oh my god. Thank you, because Jesus gave me the strength. Period, poo. I guess I could talk about my mental health a little bit in this video. So like, I could make a video that's like more in depth, I guess. But my mental health was like really, really bad second semester. And I'm not blaming it on anyone, but there was like some stuff that happened during the school year that kind of like made me just give up. And my friend Tyla had actually made a really, really, really good point. She was like, because I had told her something that I had found out to look forward to for spring semester. And she was like, she made a really, really good point. She said, well, if things would have worked out the way that you had planned during the school year, then we wouldn't be in the situation that we are now, like, for everything that's, like, with me for schooling. For everything that's going on, like, I wouldn't be in this situation as it is, because that stuff that happened during the school year caused me to just give up, essentially, and that's why I'm currently in the predicament that I'm in. So, yeah. Oh my gosh, look at this. So, I had got this from, I believe I got it out of our library. So, we got a new president of our college. Her name is Dr. Evans. But he was our old president. His name was Richard LeBeau. So, fun fact about Bloomfield College. So, our new president, Dr. Evans, is the first African American and the first woman in our 150, almost 2 years now of our college. She is the first African American and woman president of our school. So, I thought that was really cool. So, I got it from, oh, excuse me. I had got it from our library because it just intrigued me, because she is such a, oh my gosh, she is really a phenomenal woman. Like, I have spoke to her on several different occasions, and she just, I don't know, she brings me to like, hope and like she keeps me so positive, and it's amazing to have like someone to look up to like that on our campus. And y'all don't understand, like every single time she just speaks, it's just amazing. So I'm gonna bounce around now, I guess. So, because I saw the playbill. So, the show closes in like a couple days. By the time this video comes out, the show might be closed. But if you get the chance, I'm going to try to get this video up before it closes, because I believe it closes on the 11th. I'm not 100% sure. Let me see if it's on the playbill anywhere when it ends. But like I was saying, on July 17th, what's the 17th? Yeah, July 17th, our EOF program at Bloomfield, we had went and saw the prom that night. And out of 6 productions that I've seen Aladdin, Lion King, A Bronx Tale, Kinky Boots, Mean Girls, and The Prom. And out of all 6 productions that I've actually went and saw, The Prom was the best production I have seen, because the cast is just so energetic and enthusiastic about what they do that you can feel the energy from them. And I mean, I'm not saying all Broadway shows you don't feel the energy, because I can feel the energy out of every show that I've went to, probably because I'm a theater person myself. I've performed in 16 productions. So, what was I saying? But just the energy and everything from the cast of this show when I had went and saw it, it was amazing. And then not even to like say, we didn't even have the original cast like there playing it. We had Kaylin West playing Alyssa. We had Jack Sipple playing Nick. We had Susie Coral playing Shelby. And we had Gabby Cambo playing Kaylee. So it was like crazy to me, because we had a cast that isn't like, we had a cast full of understudies and standbys for that production, and it just, I don't know, it made it wonderful. Mean Girls, when I went and saw Mean Girls too, I had seen Gray Henson wasn't playing Damien the night I had went and seen Mean Girls. I had saw it when Damaris had played Damien that night, and that was a phenomenal production. He did a fabulous job with that character. I'm just like, Broadway is my passion and my love, and it just makes me so happy to be able to go and see these shows while I can, which is a blessing, because not only am I seeing a Broadway show, which is like high-key future career goals, but I'm seeing it with a group of people that I love and adore. So, like I had went and saw Aladdin and The Lion King with my superintendent in high school. Now moving on to bathroom stuff. The other tote was just like miscellaneous stuff, like air freshener, that's what I meant to say. Sponges, some dish soap, my extra charger and box, a calculator, and it had my Fire Stick box in it. And now I'm just like putting all my shower stuff in this container, so that way I have it all together. And I'm actually going to talk about a couple products which this is not sponsored by the way, but these products are just so amazing to me personally that like I'm always constantly getting them again. Like when I get to them, I'll show you. I'm trying to put bigger stuff in here first though. Lotion, like this lotion, oh my god. So I actually learned from Miss Maria Peraza on Bloomfield College's campus. She actually works as the secretary in our EOF office. I learned that lotions, if what is it? If alcohol or peroxide is like one of the first 5 ingredients, it's bad for your skin because it dries your skin out. So that's how companies and consumers get you, because it dries your skin out, so you have to constantly buy more. But I got this for Christmas, actually, from my aunt. Well, I got, not this bottle, but like a bottle from my aunt for Christmas. And it's from Dollar Tree. And it's actually like the best lotion I've probably used in a really, really long time. Because it like hydrates my skin really, 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 really good. And alcohol isn't even an ingredient. And then I learned too that, like, so I used to use Blistex. Like, let me hold it closer. So I used to use the Blistex chapsticks, right? And then one day, well, it wasn't one day, it was like a week during the school year where my lips were like really, really chapped and Blistex wasn't doing anything for it. And Miss Maria Peraza, she actually has her own company called Matias Body Treats. And she actually gave me this one, which is called Vestidos? I can't pronounce it. And like, oh my god. So her stuff is 100% natural. And it's all like handmade by her. Like, she doesn't have a team or anything. She makes literally everything in her house by herself. So she had gave me this chapstick and I used it for 2 days and my lips were clear instantly. And I was like, oh my lord, like, what do you put in these magical things that clear my lips up? So I have vowed from that day never ever to use any other Blistex or any other chapstick except for hers. So I had ordered a Purple Rain one, which is her other flavor that she has of it. And they just work so wonderfully, like, and I actually use her black soap too, which is really good for like oily and dry skin. Oily and dry skin. Yeah. That doesn't make sense, but it does make sense, I promise, because it works for both. But it's just really, really good soap. So I use a lot of her products. I will link her website in the description box of the video. Because I honestly, personally love her products. Like, she makes oils, like body oils, that like, if you have a body pain or something like that, it gets rid of it. Like, what day was that? I had, what was wrong? Oh, I had got a Charlie horse in the middle of the night. And my calf was hurting throughout the day. And I had told her, I was like, hey, Miss P, like, I had a Charlie horse last night and it really, really hurt. Like, is there anything that you have that I could use for it? And she gave me this body oil and it was like amazing. I'm going to talk about some face stuff, which my face is kind of breaking out, so I need to like get back on this. But maybe I'll do like a whole face routine one day as a video. If you want to see that, like, drop a comment or something down below. But I actually, this is like the 3, well, it's actually 4 things, but I used all 4 of them. I don't know why I took my ring off. I actually used all 4 of these. So I actually go in and wash my face with like really, really hot water first, right? And then I put, this is a fresh bottle because I just recently rebought it. But I use, it's called Mask of Magnaminty by Lush Cosmetics. And I actually, okay, so I still am kind of like a big Matthew Lush fan, but I'm gonna bring you a little closer. Okay, so I am still a big Matthew Lush fan. And I had boycotted Lush Cosmetics for a really, really long time because they had took his YouTube URL, which to me isn't fair. But I was at the mall with a friend and she drugged me into Lush Cosmetics. And I could not leave without this because this, well, first off, the woman sold it to me like it was nothing. Like, she sold it to me instantly. I was like, I had to get really oily in my T-zone, like blah, blah, blah. She was like, oh my God, this mask is perfect. So we tried it in the store and I was like, yes, like it had my face glowing. So I do like a little mixture of stuff for my face. So first I do this mask, which is called, let me see if I can do it. It's called Mask of Magnanimity, right? So I put this on. You're supposed to wet your face with hot water first. So it opens up the pores, and then you put it on. And you leave it on for 15 minutes, and it's supposed to pull out all the toxins and like the nastiness out of your, what's it called? Your pores. So you leave it on for 5 to 15 minutes, depending on what you want to do. And then you wash it away with warm water. Right? So I do that, and then I pat my face dry with a white rag. I use a white rag for it. And then I get my little facial cleanser, power brush from Family Dollar. I got it for $5 there. So I actually take it with the medium brush head, and I put 2 pumps of this clarifying charcoal cleanser oil-free like soap or cleanser on. I put 2 pumps of it on the little whatchamacallit, and then I massage it into my face for about 2 to 3 minutes, and then I leave it on there for another 2 to 3 minutes, and then I wash it off. And then depending on, because I examine my nose really hard in the mirror, so depending on how bad my nose is, I will I'm trying to organize this a little better. So depending on how bad my face is, I will go in with the black soap, and I'll just rub a rag on it. Well, what the rag? The white rag. Well, a white rag. And then I rub it on there, and then I normally do like my T-zone and scrub my nose really hard with it. And then after I do that, I wash it off, and then I actually use these charcoal cleansing nose strips. So it looks like this. I have one more in this pack, so I gotta go buy some more. So it looks like this. Well, that's what the packaging looks like. And then, I don't want to open it though. Should I open it? I'm gonna just open it and show you. So it only works when your nose is wet. So your nose has to be wet, and you'll take it off the whatchamacallit, off the plastic, and then one side's matte and one side's really shiny. Like you see the shimmer? So the shiny side you'll put it down on your nose with the like little hump like this on the top bridge area, and then you'll flatten it outward onto your nose. And then you leave it for, I believe it says 5 minutes. Let me read it one more time. It says leave it for 10 minutes. And then you'll peel it off. Like you'll feel it drying as you do it. And you'll peel it off, and it'll pull up like all of the black heads or white heads or anything that's like on your nose or in your nose. And it actually works really well. So I use that, and then I rinse my face completely with warm water, and then I just let it air dry. So that's normally what I do with my nose. I'm actually about to go get a haircut, like when the school year starts or right before it starts, so that way I'm looking fresh and clean when everybody moves on campus, so I don't look a hot mess, you know? Alright, so I'm about to move to my school supplies and pack those away. I need to get more Advil. Okay, so that's packed now. So I'm actually going to use this crock box to put all my school supplies in. So like, I had bought these Crocs right here. So they're really cute. Well, they're kind of dirty on the bottom because I wear them a lot. But I bought these Crocs from Journeys in the mall by my school called Willowbrook Mall. And the box has just been sitting here because I kept the box because I didn't really want to wear them often because they were white. But I wear them like around my room or around my building. So my box has been pretty empty since like the third day I've had them. So I'm going to use it because it's sitting here. And I'm going to put my school supplies in it. So I'm going to try this new thing during the school year. So everyone tells me to like write down how you feel throughout the day and write down my dreams and stuff, because a lot of my dreams, believe it or not, a lot of my dreams come true, or they have specific meanings to them. So people keep telling me to write them down so that way I can remember them. So if like I have deja vu or something like that, I can refer back to the book and be like, yeah, that happened on, like, I had a dream of that on this day, like blah blah blah, right? Or I can, like, if I'm confused about it, I can look it up after I write it, and I can like write what it means, so that way I can keep track of everything. So I got two like real some like two composition notebooks, just one for dreams and one just to like write down how I feel throughout the day. So yeah, but I'm actually gonna try this new thing. I don't remember her name, but I watched a YouTube video. I'll link it in the description box below if I can find the video again. But I watched this YouTube video, and this woman, she is, believe a junior in college now. And she said her way of succeeding in college was to keep everything color coordinated. So like she said to, for example, I have 5 classes this semester. So I have calculus, I have my writing class, my education course because I'm an education major, I have chemistry, and then I have a chemistry lab. So she said to keep all my class, like all of her, how she succeeds is she keeps all of her classes color coordinated. And by that she means like, I'm going to use chemistry for example. Well, chemistry is red. So I have a red folder. So in that class, my chemistry class, not my chem lab, my chemistry class, I can put any like paperwork or anything that the professor gives me in this folder, or any paperwork that I print out or stuff like that. And then when I get the syllabus, so I got the folders that have like the little binder part in the center, so that when I get the syllabus, I can hole punch it, put it right in the center of the folder, so that way I can just be like, okay, I have calc at, I believe I have it like 7 o'clock at night. Or like, yeah, I think it's at 7 I have it. So I'm like, okay, so I'll run to my room and be like, I have calc at 7, so let me see if I have any assignments due today. So during my free time, I'll just run to my room, boom, grab this, check my syllabus and be like, okay, I have a test in a week. Let me study or write down notes specifically for that test. Or I can refer back to the notes for that test. So she said to keep everything color coordinated. So remember I said my calc class was red for my red folder. So a red notebook to match, so that way I know, okay, my calc notes go in the red notebook. So that way when I'm in my room and I'm studying, I can just be like, whoop, okay, let me study for calc real fast. Look at my notes, look at my syllabus or any hand papers that I have, and just call it a day and start studying like that. So I want to actually do, I started it already, but I forgot I don't have scissors. So I'm going to make like little tags. So I made like a tag already. See, it says chemistry. So I want to make tags for the folders in specifically, because I want to be able to reuse these folders next semester. So I'm going to cut it out, boom, and tape it to the front. The notebook I'm not going to be able to reuse because I've already written in it. So when next semester starts, I can just peel it off, boom, make a new tag for my next class, and keep that system going. But she also said to make like a binder to keep everything organized, to keep all of my syllabuses in here. So print a double copy, right? So I already have one in the folder. So print another copy of every class for this binder and keep them in the front. And then keep track of like my grades, like how much money I'm spending throughout the month. Like keep a weekly schedule in here, keep like a note section. So I'm like, okay, I know exactly I need to do X, Y, and Z this week. So let me prepare to do X, Y, and Z this week. So I'm trying to do that. So I started making some of the templates on my laptop, and I'm just preparing to print them out, put them in here, so that when the school year starts, I can be on top of my game, because at this time it's go time. And I need to be on top of everything, so that way I can succeed mentally, physically, and academically. So I'm trying to put everything in this box, so that way I keep all my school stuff together. this stuff in here too. These are all pictures for my dorm room. When the school year starts, I can put them back up. And then I have some pencils because I wrote a lot last year in pen. But this year I'm going to start getting back into pencils so that way if I make a mistake, I don't have to throw the whole paper away. I can just rewrite it. Erase it and keep going. I mean, yeah. So that's all school stuff. Yeah. But now I got to find stuff to put everything else in. This is pens, but that's not going to fit in either. So, because I need to put this speaker back in this box because that's actually not mine. I was just using it. Ugh. This can actually go. I have a tote under my bed of like just miscellaneous stuff like DVDs, extra screen protectors, some decorations, have some Uno cards, like just random stuff in here. Okay. I was actually going to organize my sunglasses, but I think I'm going to make a whole like sunglasses haul video because I believe I have almost 30 pairs of like sunglasses slash stylish glasses for outfits and stuff, so that way I don't be looking like a bum, you know. So yeah, so that's all packed and ready to go. Yeah. So I'm going to cut the video here. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a comment. Subscribe and like the video if you would like. Leave some suggestions down in the comment box below. Like I said, I will leave that woman's video and Miss P's website in the description box below once I'm done. I mean, once this video is being posted. Have a wonderful day, guys.